All right, we had an amazing win from our boys, from the Dogs. If you're not a Dog fan, you'll still get something out of this. This isn't just hoop and hollering for Georgia, but what it is, talk about some of the real. First off, that Georgia did what they usually do. First half team, or the first half for this team is usually a ground and pound, kind of like a boxing match to try to get a feel for the other team. And what you saw was Clemson didn't mind getting in that boxing match. But it's when things started to break down, Clemson didn't try to adjust. Georgia was able to get to the red zone a good bit. Uh, Wish we would have scored. There were two separate times that we got down there where we felt like we should have scored. But yeah, it's just one of those things where, hey, you'd rather have these problems right now. But hopefully we get away from that. Hopefully that ends up being, a difference maker. Because you end up scoring one of those or two of those, now you're either talking 42-3 or you're talking you know, 49. I mean, I know we missed an extra point or missed it, or whatever it was. We were like 2 points away from it being on track for just touchdowns. But either way, look good. Starting off with the running backs, and this is what I was gonna talk to you guys about. Rushing yards, we had 169 rushing yards to their 46. Thought we did a really good job running the ball. Nate Frazier is a beast, as what we talked about. We said, what is that? It's what we talked about. We said that he would be a beast. We said he would make an impact, and he did. The dude is electric. He's very, very good. You got Branson Robinson, who we knew him to be. He's the thunder, I guess you'd call it. He's the big dude, big body guy. And I thought he had a good game. I didn't think he was going to get a lot of carries, and I don't think he did. But he just came off of an injury, and Kirby's really, really cautious when it comes to those kind of things. He just does a really good job of letting them get comfortable, and so you saw that today. Cash Jones had a great game. I think him and Nate Frazier really showed off their speed, and yes, showed off their speed, but showed that they have to use their speed against this Georgia defense in practice. And so you saw it against Clemson, and it was just you just threw them off. I mean, heck, there were multiple plays that I could call out where just the angles taken by Clemson's defense were just not good angles. And it doesn't mean they're not good players. It's just you're not used to having to try to tackle that out of the running back position. So running backs did good. The receivers, thought the receivers did amazing. Colby Young and Humphreys, I forgot his first name, they did awesome. To see the transfers come in and play game one, Ra Thomas and Dom Lovett didn't even get those many touches in the first three games combined. And I mean, they came in today and it was like Carson was dealing. We threw for 278 yards. Clemson threw for 142. 447 yards for Georgia, 188 total for Clemson. And going to the player stats, this is what I figured we could talk about. Cade Klubnik, 18 for 29, 142 yards, one interception. Georgia does that with a lot of quarterbacks. They'll let you get the completions, but pretty soon the quarterback or the offense coordinator get tired of just taking the check down every time. They want to open it up. They want to have an explosive play. They want to get the ball downfield. And we saw Klubnik try to force it. And I don't blame him. You're trying to get something going. You're trying to get something started. The offense looks stagnant, all of that. Really disappointed in Garrett Riley, year two offense. Thought he would be, thought they'd be coming along a lot more. But it also is first game of the season, and you're playing the number one team in the nation. So kind of hard to, dog him for that. Phil Malfa, 16 carries, 59 yards. It was tough. I mean, there's probably 6 or 7 of those carries that, he shouldn't have been in the game. Should have been somebody else in the game running the ball right there. Because I think, somebody said that it was hurting his average. I agree. And here we go. We're going to go to Georgia's side. Carson Beck, 23 of 33 for 278 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Carson had a great game. Played it safe, used his arm. We knew he had arm talent, but just getting to see it right now. First game looked good. First half, we could tell Bobo was very reserved. We saw the play call, and it wasn't just run. It was these little swing passes, the little whatever. And he got a little cute on him. He tried to run a swing pass with Branson Robinson, who's the thunder guy, the thick, heavy guy. It didn't work out. He ended up later in the game trying to run the same thing with Branson Robinson, and it didn't work out. And it's like, that's the big game. Bobo just kind of getting out of his shell, and just knowing how to use his personnel. I think that's the biggest thing was and not having ETN or Roderick Robinson. I'm sure for him it was a big wake up call to go, oh snap, I got to use the freshman, and I've got to use Cash Jones. I've got to use Branson, but we did a really good job of getting it to our players in open space. I thought Dwight Phillips and Chauncey Bowens were going to play, but I didn't see him on the field. Not saying they didn't get a snap, but I didn't see him on the field. Nate Frazier, 11 carries, 83 yards, 1 touchdown. It's beautiful. Dylan Bell had 1 carry for 27 yards. Dylan Bell was having a great game. He actually had 4 catches for 32 yards to add to that 27 yards rushing. He ended up having cramps. He caught a few cramps, and they said that he was okay. At first, it looked bad. He came back out on the sideline, and they said that, okay, they reported it was just cramps, so it was good. Rushing, Carson Beck had 3 rushes for 19 yards, which was pretty good. Cash Jones had 1 rush for 15 yards, which was a touchdown. If you guys got to see it, very beautiful play, very well designed for Cash in his use of who he is. Great play by Bobo. Branson Robinson, 7 carries for 12 yards. It's tough because Branson had some good runs, but like I told you guys, then we ran these swing passes with Branson, and I think one was for -3 yards and the other one was for -6. So it's like you can't put him in position like that to take those kind of plays, especially when he's coming off an injury. I think it's just kind of stick to being the normal, stick to the normal, just like we did with Keith Marshall when he came back. Chauncey Bowens did get three carries. I like it. Okay, he had 3 carries for 6 yards. Arian Smith, they only have him down for 1 rush, but if you guys remember, we did do 2 end-around sweeps with Arian Smith, one to begin the game, one to begin the second half, and I thought we're good. Way to use the speed. Way to let people know we're going to attack the outside. Clemson did a really good job of stacking the box. They did not want us to run up the middle. We went to the outside, tried to go up the middle a few times, went right back to the outside, which was smart. Very smart way of saying, okay, fine, look, we're just going to do this. We're good at this too. We can do that. Receiving wise, this was awesome. London Humphreys, 2 receptions, 63 yards and a touchdown. Arian Smith, 5 catches for 56 yards. They targeted him a lot today. I really love how they're trying to make Arian the focus of this offense. And I don't know if it's one of those like, hey, dude, we're going to try to get you drafted, or maybe Arian just took that step this offseason, but it looked good. He looked very good today against a good Clemson defense. Lawson Lucky, I love it. Love seeing the other guy get some. Oscar Delp didn't have any. I wonder if he was okay. I saw him begin the game, but I didn't see him throughout the game, second, third, or fourth quarter. Lawson Lucky, 2 catches, 37 yards. That's our other tight end. Didn't see Urosek either. The guy transferred from Stanford. Dominic Lovett, 3 catches, 33 yards. Dylan Bell, we talked about that. 4 catches, 32 yards. Nate Frazier had a catch for 24 yards, which was, I believe, on the scramble from Mr. Carson Beck. It was awesome. Kobe Young, 2 catches, 15 yards, 1 touchdown. Cash Jones, 2 catches, 14 yards. And Branson Robinson, that was the 2 swing passes. We look good. And then the kicker, kicking the 55-yarder. I mean, we all around, all phases look good. Georgia looks good. Where do we go from here? Where does Georgia go from this game? I think you try to be more explosive in the first half. You try to set the tone a little earlier on offense. Defense looked good. I'm not going to complain about anything on the defense. There's nothing to complain about. I don't care about the few penalties I saw. Defense looked good. They're solid. But offense, got to be able to finish drives. You can't spend 5-6 minutes on a drive just to kick a field goal. And we did that twice. There was almost the third time we ended up being out of field goal range, but got to be able to finish drives. Good job on using the time of possession, but I think we're a good enough team where we could have done that. So, anyways, that's it. Where do we go from here? Be more explosive. Try to score more points in the first half. And that's all.